Hey composers, and welcome back to The Modern Trumpet. By now you should probably know what this show is all about and where you can go for more information. I haven't posted a video in quite a while, so let's just get right to it, shall we? Today I am on the lookout for some of the smallest members of the new music family.
Microtones!
Or more specifically, quartertones. Recently, I had a quartertone valve built for my trumpet. This is actually my double bell trumpet with the second bell removed. If every trumpet player had one of these quartertone valves, this video would probably go something like this. Hey Nathan, can trumpets play quartertones? Yeah. I guess that clears that up. Thanks for watching. But most players don't have one of these quartertone valves, which means they need to produce these pitches some other way. So before I keep bragging about my fancy new quartertone valve, I suppose I better introduce you to some of these other methods. This first method will probably be used by most players most of the time. By extending one or more of the valve slides, it is possible to lower the pitch by a quartertone. Since only the first and third valve slides can be used in this way, some pitches need to be played with an alternate fingering. For example, this B natural is usually played with the second valve. But by using the alternative fingering 1 and 3 and extending the slides, I can lower the pitch a quarter tone. Amazingly, there are only two quarter tones, that can't be produced using this method. These two pitches do not use the first or third valve slides, and they do not have any alternative fingering, so they need to be produced using some other method, which I will get to later in this video. The sixth natural overtone on the trumpet is naturally about 30 cents flat. Now that's not the 50 cents you need for a quarter tone, but it's just enough to make this a viable solution for these particular 7 pitches. Brass players can use their embouchure to push a pitch a little bit higher or a little bit lower. We call this bending. Now, usually we use this technique for fine-tuning intonation while playing, but you can also use it for quarter tones. Remember those 2 pitches I mentioned, which weren't possible with valve slides? Well, bending is really the only practical solution for these pitches when using a standard built trumpet. The sound quality does suffer a lot on the bent pitch, so this is really more of an emergency solution, and I wouldn't want to use it too much in a piece. And finally, we get back to my new toy, the quarter tone valve. Now, I really hesitated at first on having one of these built. I had gotten so good at producing quarter tones with all of the other methods, I didn't really think I needed it. But now that I have it, I will never go back. Quarter tone playing with this valve is a breeze, especially for fast passages that can get really cumbersome using the slide method. And my quarter tones are generally more in tune because I don't have to think about where exactly I need to move the valve slide to get that pitch in tune. So trumpet players who might be watching, if you don't have a quarter tone valve yet, just get one built already. It's worth it. There are indeed a couple other methods with which you could produce quarter tones on the trumpet. You could detune the entire instrument down a quarter tone, but that's really cumbersome and impractical. You could also stuff your hand into the bell, which does lower the pitch. Thanks for that tip, Valentine. But with all of these other methods available, these extreme solutions really just aren't practical. So I've spent this whole time talking about quarter tones, but what about sixth tones or eighth tones, you might ask? Yes, these are also possible using the techniques I've already mentioned. It really comes down to the player's pitch hearing skills with microtones. So there you have it. I hope this encourages you to throw some microtones at your local trumpet player and explore that space in between the black and white keys. As usual, for more information, you can check out my blog, the Microtonal Trumpet, themoderntrumpet.com, where I do already have a post up about microtones. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to support your local trumpet player. We do need gigs. Are you a quarter tone, Dimitri?